Hey, what's up YouTube? I want to do a video showing some different loading ramps I've been using for a while. I originally bought these Black Widow folding ramps to load my ATV, and then I ended up buying a Snowmobile, which obviously those folding ramps wouldn't work for that. So then I got this Caliber Trifold ramp, and that can obviously be used for an ATV as well. So I want to talk about the differences a little bit. These Black Widow ramps are very long, they're folding, and hopefully you can see that there's an arch to them as well. Having the really long ramps isn't all it's cracked up to be, and honestly these might be a little too long. You know, the longer the ramp, the approach angle is reduced. However, there's also the possibility of driving off them. So when the ramp's long, you got to steer a little bit more to make sure you're on them. When the ramp is so short, there's not really more steering. It's just the approach angle is very steep. So it's kind of a horse apiece as far as what's better. Having the Trifold ramp, there's no need to align them as far as the proper spacing. You know, too close together, too far apart. Which takes a little while to get used to. The Trifold ramp is significantly heavier than these folding individual ramps are, which is, I would probably consider the major downfall. Having the Trifold, obviously there's one strap you'd need to strap to your trailer hitch, versus the individual ramps would require one strap per ramp. Kind of goes without saying, but it's just one more thing to connect. Also, the Trifold, or the individual mini ramps, have a tendency to kind of cock in when you're going up them. They kind of shift inward like that. Where the Trifold, everything being rigid, you don't have to worry about that aspect. And just the flex of the suspension as you're putting weight on them, they kind of shift around a little bit. One big thing to note is how they connect to your tailgate here. This can slide around pretty easy. These little rubberized fingers here, they really hold that ramp in place. And the same is true at the bottom. You know, if I'm on gravel or concrete, you know, it slides a little bit. Versus these little rubber pads on this Caliber ramp really hold it in place. So between the two, I would definitely go with the Trifold ramp for those reasons stated. However, I believe this Caliber ramp was probably in the $600 range, which is almost the price of a used trailer at that point. Where these individual ramps were probably less than half that with shipping included. Just a pro tip too, FYI, if you're buying these ramps, try to buy them from a vendor online where you don't have to pay sales tax, and that could really save you a few dollars. A couple other things I've learned over the couple years is buy a really long cable like this. You can leave your ramp in place while you're using the equipment and have it locked up versus needing to fold everything away, then lock it, you know, and secure it that way. It's just one less time you got to load and unload. Another cool thing is these tailgate supports. I can't remember where I bought them, but I think they're about $50. You know, it's a good peace of mind for $50. And I guess the other thing I will say is, with either of these ramps, I've never had an issue, never had a close call loading a ATV, snowmobile. They've been fine in all conditions. You know, wet tires, muddy tires. Never had an issue. Probably the biggest concern with these individual ramps is watching them so they don't slide inward like that. That's probably the biggest worry. Really, no issues with the three folding Caliber ramp. It's rock solid. I guess another consideration is the weight capacity. These individual ramps are 600 pounds each, and I believe the Caliber ramp is 1,500 pounds, which when I'm loading this big Can-Am here, that's a 1,000-pound machine plus my heavy self on there, having that little extra 300 pounds of capacity is a good peace of mind. So thanks for watching.